Not today, pal. Not today.
Something I've been excited to talk to you about, but also I want the opinion of the boys is when there's like you're paying for something somewhere and there's like a tip jar.
Yeah.
And then you put a tip in there. When you tip, do you make sure to be seen tipping?
I'd like to be, but I don't make sure of it.
I make sure every time. I have to.
You do?
Well, because otherwise
That's
it's just
actually
like
not what I would think you would say.
I don't I mean it's the obvious thing, but I don't want it to be like, okay, you didn't tip like I want, because I usually am not a guy who just like goes somewhere once. I'm a guy who goes somewhere all the time.
So will you wait until somebody's back at the counter?
I might even engage.
Do you make eye contact?
I might even engage just to guarantee.
That's not really.
Because
I
I've
actually thought you would be so zen, karma, like it's
No,
all
no, not at
good in
all.
the hood. Like you
No,
just
no, no.
pop it in and know that you did it.
Because I've even had a moment where like I'm about to tip and they turn around to like make the thing, and then I'm like, oh fuck, where like I just put it in then, but then for like an hour or two I'm hurt about it.
I would
like, I'm
have
annoyed.
bet my life that you were the opposite.
Yeah, it's just something that, because again, I don't really go somewhere. If it's a one-off, I really don't care. But I'm
Yeah.
somebody, I go to the same fucking places every day.
Right.
So like I want them
These are
to
your
know,
people,
like,
okay?
hey, Robbie always takes care. You know what I mean? Like, don't
I get that.
don't think. And so yeah, I always, so sometimes I'm like, oh, you having a good day? And like really get that. Yeah, because the problem is too, it's usually dollars, and dollars don't make no noise.
Do you make it shown how much you're putting in?
No, I just wanted to be known that I
Are
contributed.
you a good tipper? Over tipper?
You know, I mean, I'm a
average?
huge over tipper.
Me too.
But I had my younger years where in nightclubs I was very bad, like because I just wasn't paying for anything. We're always out drunk, and you just don't really like it's someone else's table.
Mm-hmm.
I was never the guy who like got a table and everything, so I just never. But like restaurants, I'm fucking like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never think about tipping waitresses at nightclubs either until I dated somebody that owned them and like would get to know some of the waitresses and the girls and see how hard they worked, and I would just throw them. I don't know who the fuck I thought I was. I would just be like throwing them money all the time because I'd just be
remember.
like, I see you. Like you're working your ass off.
See,
right
I'm
now.
the opposite. I thought to tip waitresses at clubs until I dated a waitress at a club. Then I was like, get the fuck. I was like, you're buying $6,000 shoes that you don't even wear. I'm like, I'm not fucking tipping you guys. Like, they're just, I mean, because there were certain clubs that I go to where I know, like, sometimes a guy flies in this. There were times where they would make like 20 grand in a night or something like that. So then I'd be like, wait, I'm going to throw her a fucking hundo for the,
Wow.
Yeah, I got to the point where I was like, no, I'm not. But like
If
waiters.
I could still walk in heels,
listen,
maybe
I
I
mean,
should be a cocktail waitress.
Amy, you see what happens when we walk in a restaurant. Robbie's getting hugs.
Restaurant people love Robbie.
You see what happens.
He
with
just,
me.
even if it's a new restaurant, they like have the vibe like, this is our guy.
I'm good.
Here he
yeah.
is. We just had it the other night.
That's right.
There's a guy, we went out to dinner at a brand new place, and this guy was falling over himself to get to the table. Couldn't believe you didn't tell him that you were coming.
Yeah.
Wanted to set us up upstairs with some live music, which, by the way, I was shocked. Everybody was like, you want to go? And I was like, it's 9:30. I'm tired.
Nobody, that was a joke. Nobody,
it was?
Yeah. Nobody was
that's
really
why I was
gonna
like,
go.
why did
Jamie.
Well, you all looked at me and you were like, Jamie?
No.
And I was like,
well,
no.
maybe because we knew we'd get the no from you.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? But you, by the way, which...
You all looked at me and you were like, do you want to go, Jamie? Everything, by the way.
Because he was standing
Do you
right
want
there.
dessert, Jamie?
Yeah.
Do you want anything,
Well,
Jamie?
because who eats dessert, Yame? You know I don't eat dessert. You're always the dessert queen.
Mm-hmm.
But what you did, and we talked about at dinner, which was psycho move. Listen, Jamie's always perfect. But
Psycho move?
We're going to get into this episode a couple of faults from the queen. We're sitting at dinner, and so the waiter is standing here.
Oh, I was bad. I was so...
Me and Cutter were like, is this for real? So the waiter is standing here. Jamie's there. Jamie's friend is... Oh, no, sorry. I'm there. Jamie's friend is there. Cutter's
I'm next
here.
to Cutter. I'm next
You're
to Cutter.
here. So we talk about what we want, right? We want chicken. We want steak. We want this. And we asked... Cutter asked... even though we know what we want...
No. Can I preface
Please.
this and then you can say what happened? So he first comes over and tells us his favorite appetizers. He names 4 things, none of which any of us like. So we order the other 3 things that are on the appetizer menu, which was like kind of awkward. He was like, I love the shrimp and the this and the that. And we're like, okay, well, we'll
None
take
of
the
those.
chicken and the steak and the that. So then he comes over and he does the entrees, and now you can say.
Right. So Cutter, which again, we know what we want, but for some reason Cutter is still like, what do you
He
think?
was so nice that night.
Yeah.
'cause he
He's
had
like,
passed his test.
that's right. So he's like, what are your favorite things? So he's like, oh, well, I love the shrimp, the octopus, and it was all the stuff that the opposite of what we said. And I kid you not. So Cutter's here, Jamie's here, the waiter's here. While he's talking, Jamie goes, that's everything that we said we did. She's whispering. She's like, that's everything we said that we didn't want. Why is it we're not going to get this? And
I know
Cutter's,
what I was saying. I'm like, oh my God, everything we don't want. He's saying this is so awkward. Just
But while-
order James Cutter and just cut him
while
off.
he is less than a foot away. And by the way, I'm watching Jamie do to her husband what Jamie's kids do to her when we go to restaurants together. And she's like, come on, like, you know, you got to listen. It was such a fucking, but I do want to say, let's get a round of applause for Jamie for showing up on time to that dinner. She showed up on time to that dinner the other night, which is not like you lately. Would you like to tell?
One time we were going out.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, you just said what you'd like to tell,
I
and
know,
you're
but
cutting
this
me
is because
off.
I want to make sure it's so I don't want your,
Okay,
you
set
know,
the
your,
stage.
feel bad for me.
not
Story
feeling
version. I'm going to
bad.
tell the true version. So
I'm giving all the details.
listen, I know what you're all thinking. Oh, Rob's making a big deal of Jamie being 5 minutes late to dinner, 10 minutes
I
late to dinner.
wasn't. I was going to tell the truth.
Tell the jury, how late were you to
An
dinner?
hour.
An hour late to a dinner that you kind of reached out to me and were like, hey, are we doing dinner with Matt McCusker? And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, like I'll find out, hit him up and be like, oh, we go to do dinner, sushi. Jamie is an hour late. Now, again, I know what you're thinking out there.
And Cutter
How
was there
dare
to-
you? How dare you, Rob? Jamie's a mom. She was probably taking care of her kids and holding them to her bosom, whatever moms do this. No. Jamie, what were you in fact doing?
Getting my hair colored, but I didn't know it was going to take that long. And I gave ample warning.
She's getting a haircut.
I said, this is taking way longer than normal.
How do you expect us to make new friends in this town if you keep pulling stuff like this?
Well, Brittany has texted me, so we're good. That's Matt's wife. I gave ample warning, like, this is taking way longer. You guys, I don't know if I'm going to make dinner. Cutter was there. You guys were like, all good, don't worry. And I was like, you guys, I'm looking at like 30 minutes. Now I'm looking at an hour. And you guys all said, still come. I apologized
Yeah.
150 times. I've never done this before. I felt like a total asshole, but my hair looked good.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I said to them, I said, listen, Jamie's very sensitive when she comes in. Let's make a whole big thing about her hair, everybody.
Well,
so that
well
everybody,
done.
oh my God, look at you. You look fabulous, you know? But no, I wasn't
I didn't hold
even-
up the dinner. I ate my sushi in 7 minutes while we were basically paying the
No,
bill.
listen,
It was all good.
You're a treat anytime you do.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah. But the,
But I was rude the other night to the waiter. That was rude. of me.
yeah. But then
I was in a mood.
and then the other time we went to dinner was with me, you, and 2 of your friends who are both women. Let me say, there is nothing in the world better than going to dinner with 3 women who you are not dating in any sort of romantic relationship with, because we ordered so much food. And of course, they do the typical broad shit, right? Where they're like, yeah, we're so hungry. And then they have like one bite of something and they're like, oh my God, that was so. And Robbie is cleaning house.
And we were just talking the whole time. So you were just
I'm
eating.
talking about, I don't know, my nipples hurt, whatever you broads talk. And I
What
was,
are we talking about
I don't know, that's
nipples?
the breastfeeding. So, but I'm just fucking, I mean, I had so many tacos and we had quesadillas
Yeah.
and oh my God,
Yeah.
it was, and I'm like, that was one of the best dinners of my life.
Yeah.
Because we order all this food and I probably ate, what would you say, 90% of
Yeah.
the food
yeah.
at the table.
Yeah. I ate 10 and they ate 5.
Yeah. Well, that would be a little more than 100, but
They.
here we go. And here we are. That's our Jamie Lee. Late to dinner, no math. Yeah, Jamie thinks she's a good tipper. She doesn't know. She just puts she's like, I always tip 300%. And we're like, Jamie.
Oh, sorry.
So what is the because I heard recently from somebody that 20% is not even like the minimum anymore. Like you
What are
gotta
you supposed to
go
tip?
up to 30
What?
now. That's what I've heard. But again, I just heard
Now
this
I'm
somewhere.
not a big tipper.
Yeah, see, I'm even for that. I'm a bad. But I'm good. Like I'm a good tipper. Yeah, I'm really solid.
Cutter's a bad tipper.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Tell me about it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we have a question from the boys. How do you feel about tipping on takeout? What do you mean?
I want to tip so much more.
I bless. I'm like, thank you so much for bringing this to my
yeah.
home.
No, not DoorDash, not that. When you go to pick it up, to go,
I hate.
and
Yeah,
they
I
turn
hate
the
that.
screen around,
I hate that.
and it's always like minimum 20%.
I hate
why
that.
am I paying the same
Agree.
tip
for somebody
none of the
you didn't bring me
service?
anything?
Yeah.
Even worse.
I have to put it on my own plate.
Worse than that, basically like the New York City deli version, what they have here is a store called like, what is it called? Blue Diamond or Blue
Yeah, I know the one you're
something
talking
in
about.
like Austin. It might not be called Blue
Blue
Diamond. It's like-
Diamond is dog food.
yeah, well,
It's blue something.
Royal Blue.
Royal Blue. Yeah. So now you go into Royal Blue, right? And sometimes I go in, I love the fucking Honey Mama. So I'll go in, I'll get 2 Honey Mamas. It's like $12 or whatever. They literally like, it seems like I'm annoying them to buy something. I buy it, they punt it up, and they turn the screen, and it's like, yeah, how much do you want to tip? I'm like, for walking over and grabbing something from the thing, it fucking, yeah, it lights me up. And then,
Well, now that, and they always turn it to you.
right, but when I am tipping on
And
that
they look
screen,
away.
yeah, they look away. But when I tip on those screens, sometimes, like if it's something I feel like I should be tipping for it, I do go sometimes like, do they know? Like I kind of go like, oh, what is that? 20%?
You're
like,
hitting no tip.
yeah, right. But they could see it, and I think
Yeah.
they can.
Yeah.
No, but I think I need to be seen. I need to. How do you boys feel about?
It's what you said at the beginning. Like, I need them to know that I didn't not tip. I don't want them to
Yes.
think I'm cheap.
Totally.
I don't care that they're like thanking me or whatever, but I don't want them to be like, this piece of shit didn't tip when I did. Oh man.
Yeah, it's zero. Thank you. The only.
See, I'm such a hippie. I'm like, the world knows I did it.
Oh yeah, that's
The universe
nice.
knows.
Sort of like if a tree falls in the woods kind of thing. Did I even tip?
100%. Yeah, that's how I feel. It's like, oh, that guy just, and then it's like, I want the thing of being like, hey, it's like a social credit score. Like, I want to be like,
Yeah.
hey, man, I put something in the fucking bucket.
Yeah, you know you tipped. Meanwhile, they're spitting in your food.
That, and I am the number one like freak about like, I want somebody to be clean with my food. I want somebody. So I'm
so
like,
there's an agenda to the tips.
no. Because again, like you said, it's like I don't want if I'm putting a 20 in there or $1 in there. I don't care if they know how much it was. I don't care if they know I'm a big tipper. But it's more. It really is more so the like I don't want like he said. It was a great way to put it, which is like I don't want them to think I didn't tip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more so than like, oh, that guy's a great tipper. I don't really care. But a no tipper, that's just on something that deserves a tip. But I think there are many things that.
Don't deserve tips.
How do you feel when they put the tip on there for you?
I love it because I would have tipped more. So I'm always like, thanks, sucker.
I went to a place one time and they put the tip and they also put employee health insurance.
That's a new thing in LA. It's 4% health and happy tax, it's called.
Wild.
Here's another thing. They'll do the included gratuity and then leave a space for additional gratuity.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I'm
Then
like,
are
they
you
do
a-
that at hotels a lot.
Yeah, are you a dick if you don't tip on top of the tip?
I'll always put like an extra $5 or something.
I accidentally tip on those. I'm like, damn it, I didn't need to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, I honestly can't even tell you the last time I was at a place that made that forced tipped. I don't
Well,
even
can
know.
somebody that works in the industry, like a server, write in, let us know how much of these like tips are you getting if gratuity is included? Like, what's the deal so that we know how to if we're taking care of you or not.
I remember when I dated the waitresses, they would get the tips, but then they had to tip out. So they would have to tip, the manager. They would tip the busboys.
They have to
would
tip the manager.
Yeah, well, they would tip like you had your busboy for the night who did on your table, and nobody's tipping the busboy, so she
right.
would tip the busboy.
Okay, yes,
she would,
of
and then
course.
a manager is in charge of being like, oh, you get that table. So if a girl tips the manager
So it's like
more,
giving him 10% to you'll get the better
you'll
tables.
get the better tables. Wow. Yeah. Anyway,
Didn't know.
why are you so quiet today?
Well, you want to know if I tip?
No, I would hope you tip. I'm saying about the do you need to be seen?
Nah, I don't give a shit about that.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also black, so I don't really tip. No, I'm just playing. I tip. I tip like crazy.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't know. I don't care if you think I'm a good person or not. Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
I could have guessed that.
Yeah.
It's never about a good person. I don't even want them to think I'm a good person.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I really don't. I want it to be like
You want them to not think you're a bad person.
Yeah, or more like I I don't. It's not about. It's hard to like even pinpoint. I need to like do the dive
You
and be
need
like,
to
what is this?
dissect
really?
this a little
I
bit.
pinpointed it for you, so you don't want to be a. You don't
No,
wanna be
I
a
don't
bad
give a
person.
fuck, dude.
Oh, okay.
It's really not.
And he's like, nope, that's what it is.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
No. It's, listen, I've admitted a lot of shit on this pod. I'm fine with admitting, like, I don't want them to think,
Is Rob a people pleaser?
oh, boy. Oh, see, I see what we did here. I started on you, and then you flip it on me.
And I was the asshole?
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I wasn't going to say this, but no, I'm just kidding.
Think of some comedy duos who got it done. Key and Peele, Faye and Polar. What about the perfect duo when it comes to growing your business? That's you and Shopify. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever and whatever you are selling, Shopify's got you covered. I had a business I started with a fellow mama, and we were able to come up with our logo. We sent it to Shopify, and we had mugs, bags, t-shirts, sweatshirts, you name it. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US. And Shopify's the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/nottoday, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/nottoday now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/nottoday. Underwear drawers are like the Wild West of wardrobes. There's no rhyme or reason to them. Anything goes. You've got pairs from 3 birthdays and 2 Christmases ago, pairs from 5 different brands with 5 different fits. When you open that drawer every morning, you have no idea what to expect. Now that I've felt the buttery soft comfort of MeUndies, my other pairs have got to go because MeUndies is all I reach for. I am hooked. And honestly, I just feel off if I try to wear anything else. They come in fun colors. You don't see them through your clothing. Truly my favorite underwear. From all black classics to fun expressive prints, MeUndies has a look for everyone. Plus, they come in sizes extra small through 4XL. Guarantee a flattering cut for every body. They use sustainably sourced materials and work with partners that care for their workers. Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/pal. That's MeUndies.com/pal for 20% off plus free shipping. MeUndies, comfort from the outside in.
One of the reasons why I did bring this up is because I wanted, when you were getting your hair done, I know you were freaking out about how long it was
Freaking
taking.
out.
So I wanted to show you this clip that they showed on YMH recently, and it reminded me of what you might have been like in the hair salon. And I want to know if this feels true to you at all. I'm trying to banter, so they have to. Here we go.
What's taking so long? Ah! Hey, you stupid bitches! What's taking so long? Are you gonna be able to get my fucking my hand too? What are you scared of? Stop being scared! Hey, bitches! Will you get my hand too?
Guy's just trying to get a manicure.
This
All
is
right, fuck you.
staged.
No, Jamie. So can you describe
This
to
is
people who were
staged.
just listening
okay,
what
so
you just
we're
saw?
looking at a nail salon, and first he's yelling at somebody giving someone a pedicure, why it's taking so long, and then just starts yelling at these poor manicurists as they're, but nobody's looking around. I'm sorry, I've been in enough nail salons that there's always one person that works there that will get up in somebody's face. It's shocking to me that nobody's. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, there's usually like
This
20 Asian
Yeah,
guys in the back.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wild that everyone's just treating it like it's normal.
No one, yeah, nobody's looking around. Nail salons to me, I always think are like fronts for illegal shit too. Like they're running some shit in the back. Always.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Massage places too.
Mm-hmm.
Those ladies are tough though, because I've seen
That's what I'm
videos
saying.
of people like going in, like robbing them, and they give them the same reaction,
Yes.
like gun in their face, just ignoring them.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I've ever had my nails done by someone that I didn't think would throw down in a fight.
Yeah, speaking of like robbing somebody and tipping, this reminds me. So I was in New York City and I was actually going to see my sister. So I had like 10, 15 minutes to kill, and there was like a juice store. And I was like, oh, I can go in and get a juice to kill time. So I'm standing in line. There's one person. So there's one person who's getting their juice and one person in front of me and then me. So I'm kind of not really paying attention. I'm looking around and it's my turn to go. I get up to the front of the counter and the girl looks up at me and she was like, ah, and she starts crying and like screaming. I spaz. I'm like, what the fuck? It looked like she just saw like a ghost or something. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. People from the store start running over to her. They're like, what happened? Are you okay? She can't even speak because she's crying so much. And it turned out there was a cup there from the whole day full of tips, and the person in front of me snatched it and fucking ran out the door. So she was like a mess and crying, and these people were coming over from the store like hugging her like, it's okay and this. And like, again, I feel bad for you. You should get your tips this. But now Robbie's like, how do I get my juice? You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of standing there. There's a lot of crying. I'm going to pick up my sister. I'm like, I want a number 2.
Right.
So it was a little weird. And like finally, I just, you know that meme of like Homer Simpson when he just kind of goes into the bush?
The bush.
I just like backed
Yeah.
up out of the front door because she was inconsolable.
For the tip jar. See,
She
this
was-
is how much tips mean to
Yeah.
people.
And she was and again, this wasn't one of those places like a juice spot. It was like a vitamin store that had a little juice spot. So like they didn't do well. You know what I mean?
She had some plans.
So
with
she,
that
she
cash.
probably had, $30-$40 in there or whatever. And I remember being like, man, how do I, because the first like 30 seconds minute, I was like really feeling for
Yeah.
her. And then I was like, well, I want my juice,
Yeah.
and it fucking kind of flipped on its head. And I was like, I guess I just got to get out of here.
Awkward.
Yeah. Poor girl.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of crazy though to be crying over $30 fucking. You know what I'm saying? That's a little crazy.
Well, I think she was like a, 17-year-old girl just like making juices in a New York City store. Like, I don't think she was like, it wasn't like she was like a career woman.
Yeah, shake it off.
You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I agree, but it's like, she was, there were like multiple people like hugging her.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
man.
it was wild.
I would give her $30 to shut up.
Yeah, that's
I
when
know.
you drop a fat tip
Maybe that's a
before you
racket.
order. Hey, let's
maybe
get back
that's
on
a
track.
racket. Maybe
Right.
that's an act.
Oh, it was
maybe
a
that
whole
was like,
scam?
yeah.
I was on What Would You Do? And I just
Yeah.
walked out.
You failed.
Yeah. Our boy Zolo tells us we have a voicemail.
Oh yeah. hold
Yeah,
on.
it's finally somebody telling me I'm not an idiot for not liking Top Gun.
Oh, wow,
'Cause
something
that was
different?
Just, that was
That's
just
all
the
we were getting?
voicemails we kept getting. We're like, we're not gonna play that. Everybody knows that movie sucked.
1 sec, let me cue it up.
Yeah. We while he's queuing it up, Jamie, we talked about wanting to do like Jamie's Celebrity Gossip Corner. Do you have anything lately that you've been going deep on?
No, I'm so behind on my Bravo shows. I'm so
Wow.
behind on my life right now.
Really?
I'm so sorry to bring nothing to the table. I'll work on, but it's also been spring break. When my kids are home all day, every day, I'm like, don't get a lot done.
You don't
for
bring
myself.
nothing to the table. Just 6 weeks ago, I asked you to make a list for me of things, and then I asked you again and again and again. And last night you sent it to me, and there were 3 things on it.
There was
appreciate
4
it.
things on it.
Oh, sorry, 4 things. That's
but I
right.
thought about them. You know
One part.
why? Because
Oh,
I've
you
listened.
made that list 5 minutes before.
No, I
right when I
didn't.
texted. Come
No, I
on.
didn't.
4 things.
Yes, because I've listened to other podcasts that I like, and the ads and the things that I know.
But I was saying we could reach out to anybody. That was the whole point. We could reach out to anyone.
See, but I look at it as, these are companies that specifically do ads on podcasts,
We
and
wanna
they
bring
do
new.
multiple ones.
We want to bring new.
Oh, well, see, I'm
Because they
looking
know
at realistic.
who do ads. They know that. We want to bring new, like, oh, what does Jamie Lee like?
But those are the things I like that
No,
I
I
know
know,
will
but they-
advertise. Okay, well, I did put some serious thought into that, so I don't appreciate that.
I'm not so sure. I don't know. Serious thought.
Yes, I have listened. I'm a
I love you and
podcast
appreciate
listener,
you. I
and
see
those
you.
I'm like, okay, this has been on 4 different ones. They advertise in a lot of podcasts, and I want one of those.
Listen, you made me wake up early today, and you showed up late.
I showed up 7 minutes late. Chill out.
Well, I woke up. I didn't even know that Ubers came as early as I had to get an
As
Uber
11:30 a.m.
11:20.
You guys, I asked just record today at noon instead of 1 p.m. and Rob was like, "Fine."
He was texting me at 10:30 going, don't ever let me wake up this early ever again.
Thank you. Yeah. It was crazy. I was like, I don't know. When we got here, I was like, do these mics even, where they had to like warm things up here. It was a whole.
Did you read the call sheet?
but
They've been
thank
here
you.
since 10.
I'm happy I got here
7 minutes
way
earlier
before
than
you.
me.
This was the Give Jamie Shit episode. This is,
I'm feeling it. I get it.
I'm hoping to stay anonymous. I have a situation. I wanted to get your guys' opinion on what I should do. I have a girlfriend of 15 years. When I first met her 15 years ago, she had a son that was 1 year old at that time from a previous relationship. So basically, I've been around that family for 15 years. No, I'm not married, never been married, don't have any kids. We seem to be content with dating and stuff like that. Neither one of us has shown much interest in getting married. The situation is, recently, I've noticed that my girlfriend's son has been very flirtatious with my 17-year-old niece. And I don't know how to handle that. Do I stop it and have him hate me for stopping something like that? It's a little odd for him to fall for my niece while I'm dating his mother. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. So just wanted to get your opinion.
I just want to say right away, love this. Thank you for sending in the voicemail.
Yeah, I like
if we
it.
more voicemails like this,
like
we
it.
have our phone number right here. 512-387-1880 if you want our opinions on stuff. But this is his niece with his not even legitimate stepson.
Yes.
Or whatever he says not married. I don't know.
So the kid is 15 now, is what he's saying. They've been together 15
And
years.
she's 17?
And she's 17. I mean, it's not blood related. And it's not like it's like his daughter from another marriage. It's his niece. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, as fucked up as it is, my brain kind of goes to like, if you're in New York City and there's millions of people everywhere, like maybe he could find another chick.
You know how hard it is to find somebody, you know?
Yeah, but that's
It's
because
like-
I don't. I'm an isolated guy. I barely leave the tower, Jane.
Right.
I just look out the window. But remember at dinner when we were talking about like, you were like, you said instead of saying AI, you said robot.
What?
All right, sorry, we don't need to get it because we're like. and
Clearly, I've been just a total asshole lately.
Yeah, I was basically saying like I watch people, I see how they are, like from an outsider. We're saying like
Yeah.
I'm a robot. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, that
Yeah.
was what do people
Rob's
say?
a robot.
Yeah, I digress.
I don't really see anything wrong with this unless you're just feeling like you really want to keep the families separate. But if you've been in this person's life for 15 years and they're basically like a child or you're like a father to them, and your niece, I don't know, it doesn't feel messy to me. If it was his daughter, that would feel uncomfortable, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I really feel like if there are so many people around, it's good. But like if they live in a town where it's like, yeah, there's 80 people in the whole town, and it doesn't seem like
Well, he's
anything.
15. I mean,
then
he
if you
doesn't
find
have,
someone,
he's not going out on the town a lot. It's
no,
like,
but I just
who
mean
you're
like
in
if there's 1,200 people in your school compared to there's like you
Right.
go to this small school in a small town and this
Right.
and like you don't really meet like maybe this is the first girl he's ever been able to flirt with. Then that's very different than like if somebody has a lot of options. I don't because I don't really understand the
I also think
relationship.
you can have an honest conversation and just be like, listen, bro, like that's my niece. I'm not cool with it. Find another chick,
or even explain to them like why it's weird.
Yeah, and have your girlfriend help you. It's her kid.
Yeah, that what
You
do you
don't
what
even
do you
have to put
boys
this on
think?
yourself,
I
dude.
also have I have a very mental block sometimes when people start saying like my stepson and the niece and this. My brain just kind of goes like I don't really know. Like I kind of go like, wait, what? Like how would that make them?
Do you
I'm
need me to
not
draw it
good.
out for
I'm
you?
not good at being like, oh, that's your
I can
second
draw
cousin.
you a family tree right now.
Well, so that would be so I get it, but how would they be? Let's say that was his real
he's
son.
dating
They
his-
would be cousins.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what
okay.
I'm saying. And it's, even if it was his daughter from another marriage, they wouldn't be blood related. But that would be awkward because they'd be like step siblings or, this is his brother or sister's kid. So here's what it would be like. I was just trying to do it with my family and I can't do it. So
Just math floating.
if there was no cutter and I was dating some guy and he had a kid and the kid was into Brian's daughter, my niece, my brother's
Right.
daughter.
Yeah.
I could see it being okay now that I'm putting myself in the situation.
That's what, because like I
Okay.
just for the first time have a niece, and when I hear my niece, I get very. But she's also 1 year old, but it gets very.
Yeah, I can see how it can feel awkward now that I'm in the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting older. I think you can have an honest conversation. There's like some boundaries. That's okay. Maybe this sounds more complicated that you have a more like you're more trepidatious about like talking to this kid about certain things because you're not his dad. I don't know what those dynamics are. So maybe that's where this is falling into.
Right. I would love to know what the mom thinks about it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do the boys in the booth think about this?
I don't think it's that weird. Teenagers are gonna flirt.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I think and again, I don't know. I'm just assuming. I think he's meaning like, what if it leads to more, right? I don't think if it's just flirting, then of course it's fine, it's whatever. But it's the what if
he has a feeling that it can go
right.
further.
How do you do you have to put your foot down?
Yeah, it's getting into tricky territory. I mean, I think it also depends on how close they all are. Like, if they, like, never really see each other, and it's like, okay, but, like, if they're, like, family, you know? Or, like, if he marries the girlfriend and then they really, like, it becomes more of a serious family, it could become really weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Any?
I say be a boy, man. Just let him get it in.
Let him.
What team are you on, dog? Come on.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
15, she's 17.
Come on, dog.
He's going for it.
I mean,
going for
well,
it,
the
man.
the problem is your family is the girl. You know what I mean? So you.
I'm totally playing you. I have no perspective here. I mean, I have no idea. I don't have any.
That truth came out.
Like, I don't have any fucking. I don't have like a niece or anything. I can't imagine what that would feel like. I probably wouldn't be cool with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Probably
Listen,
make
I think it also it comes down to the individual. If it bothers you, I think you gotta say something. You talk to your girlfriend. What 15-year girlfriend? That's crazy. What do you even call that? Somebody who's had a girlfriend for 15 years.
You're like common law at that point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your partner.
But thank you for saying that in, please.
Your person.
Our email is nottodaypalpodcast@gmail.com. Our phone number is 512-387-1880. Give us your stuff. We haven't done a Who Knows Less about Sopranos in a long time. I feel like we should do one.
Oh, wow. And a
Because we
very
kind of
long.
we kind of Sopranoed out with like the anniversary
Yeah,
and this.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I know you were like, I can't talk about Sopranos anymore. I always feel the same. But do we have one of those boys?
Yeah, hold on one sec. Let me pull that up, too. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Let's see. How many years? This is kind of real, like, really obscure. How many years did Phil Leotardo spend in prison? Is that too obscure?
Yeah,
I'll never
say
get it right.
15. Just guess something. What do you think?
10.
I think 15 was the right answer.
Wow.
It was
Love,
20.
love the show. It was 20.
Pretty sure that's what it said.
Let me.
You guys don't have the
let me-
answer?
Let me pull up some better ones. Hold on.
See, this is what people
that
are
was a
always like.
weird
How come
question.
you don't rely on other people? Why don't you do that? They have one.
We didn't have the
thing.
answer.
Yeah, give. How you don't have the answer to the question?
Well,
you
his
had?
screen froze up and he didn't have it in
Oh,
front of him,
that's
so-
totally fair. Then I'm being an asshole. That's 100% fair. But on the other hand, Annie's supposed to fix
I'll
screens
pass
and shit
the
around
baton.
here. So
You can be the
what are you
asshole
doing?
now.
Screen's doing just fine. It's a user error.
What is Silvio's middle name?
Angelo. Go ahead. What do
Give
you
us
think?
a first letter.
No. Guess, and then he'll give us a letter. So just put a guess out. What do you think it might be?
John.
All right, letter time. Mine was
Man-
John, by the way.
Letter time?
Yeah.
M.
Silvio.
Michael's too
Michael.
easy.
Silvio. What's an Italian? Matteo.
What is it? What's the answer?
Manfred.
Who would ever get that?
Well, I guess no, yeah. Well, people who oh my god, you know that there's people who are listening to this right now, like, of course I got it. It's Manfred. He said it in
That's
episode
not
3,
even, what
season
is that
2.
even name? I've never even heard that before
somebody
in my
said to
life.
me, "Is Manfred a thing you've ever heard?" I'd be like, "No,
No,
way.
it's on a
I've-
cartoon.
Yeah, I still don't.
No.
You
Sorry,
could,
anyone
You know
named
what?
Manfred,
Ask me
but-
the same question next episode because I don't think I'll know. I don't think I'll know the answer to that.
No.
Do we have a memory lane?
We do.
While you're looking for memory lane, Jamie, the other day I peed in the lake, and it was like
Like standing next to it and pee-peed in it?
one of the best feelings I've had in a long time. Well, what happened was so I was on a long walk on the lake, and I had to pee, but I was too far from a thing, and I'm like, I don't want to go into one of these fucking porta potties.
Yeah,
It's so
it's so
disgusting.
gross.
So what I did was I was wearing shorts, luckily. I reach in the top of my shorts and I pull my underwear all the way over into the side. So my guy's just hanging out there.
In the short leg.
Right. And then I sit over by the lake and I just moved my pant leg over a little bit and I just sat there peeing.
It didn't trickle down to your. Did you watch the stream that it wasn't going to hit your shoe or anything?
No, I had a full good. It was because there were like these steps.
This is when you're lucky that you're a man.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, because recently on YMH they had the double soul shaman, which is a guy who talks about all the stuff you need to do in nature and all this stuff, and I was like,
Do you need to pee in nature? Is that one of his things?
I'm sure, but he thinks you need to drink your pee, but I was really experiencing it was a beautiful moment.
You felt like connected.
Yeah, I felt like a human is supposed to feel, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, like I was like, wow, this is really
I'm never
nice.
going to try it, but good for you.
Yeah, it's not often like a breeze hits my balls. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was a really nice, my walk after that was way better than the walk before that.
Because you didn't have to pee anymore.
But also, I just think I felt like, maybe it was when my pee stream was connecting to the ground, there was a little bit of the universe coming back through into me.
You were plugged into
I was
something.
plugged in. Yeah, I was plugged into the universe.
That sounds nice.
It was
I
amazing.
can
It was
only
magical.
plug in when I have one of these right now.
Really?
A nice coffee, yeah.
Are you addicted to coffee right now?
No, I just kind of feel like I'm always in like a fog. Like I'm functioning fine, but I feel like there's this like layer of tiredness. And
Until
everyone
you
I
have a
know has been
coffee.
saying that. Well, this just helps me kind of burst through at 4 p.m. or whatever time it is right now. Yeah.
Right, well, it's way earlier than that. We all know. Robbie, if it was 4
Sorry,
p.m.,
it's
Robbie,
$2:37.
you wouldn't be getting trashed on this podcast if it was 4 p.m. But speaking of being addicted to things, do you feel like you're addicted to anything else? Like right now, if you had to list things that you were addicted
My
to.
phone.
Phone, of course, that's on here for me, 100%. I have TV. I'm fully addicted to TV. I'm addicted to fucking sweets after I eat. I need
Me
something
too.
sweet.
Something sweet. And
Have
I'm about to try 30 days no sugar.
How you feeling
Starting
about
next
that?
week. We'll see. Check in with me next week when we're together. I'm
I'm
worried.
happy I trashed you this week. Next week I'll be really nice to you.
Yeah, because
you'll be
I
having
would
no
not
sugar.
take it well next week probably.
So are you just gonna drink what kind of coffee will you be
I'm not
drinking now?
gonna. I'm cutting out coffee.
Well, you're gonna be a treat next week. Mm-hmm. Wow, can't wait to see you.
Who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
I'll be with it
I think 2
on
weeks.
time. You know?
I think 2 weeks from now, I think you'll be feeling great. I think that first week might be, but who knows?
We'll see.
You have like that radiation thing to.
I'll
to
bring
try
a
on in
giant
your home.
blanket next week with me.
Yeah. What? So I also think I'm addicted to like working out. Even though it's like
I'm
a lame
addicted.
thing.
I'm not addicted to working out, but if I don't move my body, if I go a day without doing some sort of physical therapy or something where I feel like I'm bettering my body, I don't feel good going to bed.
Yeah, like I used to be able to not leave my apartment for 3 weeks and like have no problem with it. Where now, like if for some reason I'm like not feeling great, or if I was up late, or something happens where, or if it's raining, let's say, and for some reason I like don't leave my apartment
Yeah.
for 24 hours, I'm like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Where like it used to be, if I had to leave my apartment, I'd be
It was that,
miserable and
yeah.
I'd be like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But the boys have pulled up our memory lane.
Oh, this was for St. Jude's. It was on a boat.
Yes.
I actually remember having a great time at this
Great
event.
time. Yeah.
Jim was there, Edie was there, everyone was there. I actually vividly remember this one. I had a great time.
Yeah. I feel, and it's easy for me to remember too, because like you don't go on a boat a lot, but going on a boat in a suit.
You look so tall in
It's
this
probably
photo.
one of one. Really?
Doesn't he look tall? Like
I gotta
tall torso?
throw this on the old dating profile then. What can you Google Robert Eiler, Jamie Lynn Sigler, James Gandolfini, Edie Falco on a boat, like, or try and find, because I think there's a
I
picture.
actually have that picture framed
Really?
of the four of us on this boat.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a good. I want to see if we could find it, because I think that's a really good.
I have it in my little office.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cute. I think we've talked about that story before, but do you remember when one of the? Oh yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah. I have that exact photo framed
Can
in
we
my
zoom
little
in
room.
on that?
Everyone was just in a good mood that night. I just
Yeah.
remember we were all like, yeah, it was just one of those nights where it just didn't feel like it was a chore. It just felt great.
Yeah, so one night a year I put the suit on.
That's a nice
So
suit. Is
we
it in
get-
storage?
Who
That's
knows where
it?
that thing is? I don't know. It's probably on the floor of a strip club somewhere. They went to get together for a boat ride on the Forbes. I was gonna say it was the Forbes thing. The Forbes Highlander yacht in New York City. Yeah, because I remember we went back out on that same boat for 4th of July to watch the fireworks because we met someone on that boat who was a Forbes and they were like, "Oh, come on our boat next time." And then I'm not gonna say who the celebrity was, but there was a celebrity on the boat when we went for 4th of July. And he like, I had no idea who he was at the time. And he like came over to me and gave me his card. He's like, "If you want to tour my studio," and like gave it to me and kind of like and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck studio this guy's even talking about. I'll tell you who it is later, but it was it's a guy who's like still around. I think.
Really?
Yeah,
A legit guy?
Oh yeah.
Would
Like,
you
he
have
was,
wanted to go to the studio
No,
if you know who he
absolutely
was?
not.
Oh.
Like he's a full no, but it was
Probably a big tipper.
yeah, definitely big tipper. I mean, if you're on the Forbes yacht, you got a tip, baby.
Yep.
That's just how we roll.
Do you know what year that was?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What I'm gonna
2005?
yeah, I would probably say I'm gonna go because I think I had a drink in my hand. That doesn't say much, but I know there's a year in there where I stopped drinking. 2000. Yeah, I think you're right. So I'll go 2006.
6.
2007.
Oh, 2007.
Close.
Okay, almost.
Here we
Well,
are.
Jamie, I want to apologize.
Oh, I'm
I
fine.
want to apologize to you. Oh no, please. There's always people who are like, "Poor Jay," you know?
Really?
Yeah, oh my
I'm
God,
fine,
come
guys.
on. They always think like people don't realize that like
I get so much love. I need to be ribbed a little bit.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like
Put me in my place.
I'm doing this for Jamie. I don't want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, a lot of people a lot of time think like, "Oh, Jamie didn't want this to happen," or like this, or whatever. And
Oh,
it's like,
what
dude,
about PG?
PG, but other things where it's just like, "Oh, she's uncomfortable with it," and it's like, "Yo,
Well, I
we."
appreciate people feeling protective
Oh, of course,
me.
but it's also
Wow.
like I think people need to understand like we do this episode, then we talk about it, and then they edit it, and there's days before it comes out where if we ever there are things that sometimes it's like, hey, that has to go.
Yeah,
Like,
well, Rob was mad that I made him wake up early today, so he just needed to get some frustration out of me. It's
yeah.
okay.
Listen, I'm a podcaster, not a farmer. Okay, I'm not a farmer.
Thank God.
I'm not
Your
a farmer.
crops would be dead.
Yeah, I would just stay up all night and water them in the water them
True.
right
Maybe
before
they'd
bed.
the
Yeah,
most
it'd be perfect
fabulous
timing.
crops.
Amy, I love you. I'm sorry for
It's okay. It's
for
fine. I love
everything,
you.
but you deserve it.
I'm a
And
better
and
tipper.
also to top it off, she said we got to be out of here early. Is what Jamie said to us. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.